Hi there, Josh here. Welcome to Frames Per Second. Today we're here with Sisi Stringer.
Hey,
and we're
up?
just going around Brisbane shooting some street fashion. And yeah, just having some fun. So let's go. Around here, just so there's a little bit of distance between you and the background. Go for another drag, and then when you exhale is when we'll go for one.
So here we are with actress Sisi Stringer, who you may know from the 2021 Mortal Kombat or the 2022 Vampire Academy TV series. We got connected because of a friend of mine, Ebony, who was actually in a lost episode of this YouTube channel. Like, it was the second video I had shot, but I think it was gonna be like the 5th or 6th, but then a corrupt hard drive kind of got rid of that footage. But through that mutual friend, we got connected, and we were actually meant to do a photo shoot back in 2020. It was literally the week that lockdown happened because of COVID. That was the week we were meant to shoot. And so 3 years later, here we are, finally doing a photo shoot. Now, we shot this a lot early in the year. I want to say February or March is when we shot this. I could be wrong though. It was just before she went to the States for a bit. But yeah, so we're doing streetwear kind of style. I found this really nice graffitied wall. I couldn't really get the angles I wanted because there was a car parked right in front of a corner of it, so I was trying to avoid getting that car in shot, but it did mess up some of my compositions a bit, but I do like what we got out of this. Now we are shooting Portra 800, which of course is one of my favorite films, especially for photo shoots. I had considered shooting Cinestill 800T because of some of the later locations, but because I wanted to get this location looking nice and having good colors, I thought would go with Portra 800, just because it's reliable, it has good saturation and contrast. But I did shoot some Super 8, so I'm going to put a little edited video of that at the end of this video as well, which I'll probably post on its own on my Instagram too.
Yeah, that's good. And 3, 2, 1.
But yeah, as far as the outfits go, it's a combination of Sisi's clothes and a friend of mine, Alana's, who I borrowed some of her stuff because she likes to go up shopping and reselling. But yeah, we were able to get something nice. But yeah, as you can see from this wide shot, that car kind of annoyingly is in the way. And so I had to find ways of composing without getting it in shot, but I couldn't really get the angle I wanted because I would have liked more of a front-on angle. But yeah, had to avoid it because of the car. But I still think we got some nice shots. I also did shoot some 120 and some black and white, but those will be a different video. And yeah, I do play around with some stuff with those as well. As you can see from my edited photos, I do tweak it a bit. I do up the exposure a bit, add a bit more contrast, and just the colors to look a bit more natural. Just be more like how it actually was on the day. Well, for my eye anyway.
I'm just going to change camera.
So now with this second location, we do play with a bit of flash, which is something I don't really do a lot, at least with my film cameras. But I do enjoy doing it from time to time. And it's mostly turned out alright. I do kind of wish I didn't stop down on the lens too much just to get more of the background light. But I also just didn't want the flash to look too hot on her because sometimes it can be a bit too bright. But yeah, now looking at these images, obviously you can't tell on the day because the film's undeveloped, but I would have gone a bit faster on the lens. This shot, the flash did not sync. And it's just it's something I've had with this flash, but I also did try to do some shots without the flash just to see how much it would hold up. And yeah, I do kind of wish I did change my lens to the 50mm that I had, just because it would have been a bit faster. But at the end of the day, yeah, some of these shots aren't really usable, and I probably should have waited till I went to this different area where I end up shooting a lot of black and white from this location. But yeah, we did what we could. Now here's some blue gels that I played with, and I think these ones actually turned out pretty nice, and I definitely want to use this blue gel again. But yeah, there were some shots that didn't end up turning out because I did have a purple gel, as you can see there, and for some reason the shots just didn't turn out. I think maybe the flash just didn't sync properly, even though I had it on a 60th, which is the sync speed. But yeah, I don't think the flash synced properly, so the images didn't end up turning out, unfortunately. Yeah, that's great. And 3, 2, 1. Now this final area where we shot, well, I do like some of these shots. This is when I kind of wish I shot with the Cinestill, which I do end up doing with a roll of 120. But yeah, there's something about the warmth of this light that just didn't turn out the way I was expecting. I think I would have liked it more with the Cinestill look, but the light did work in terms of how it made the smoke look, at least most of the time. But yeah, I probably would have done something a bit different. We do go to a different area in a sec, and I probably, like, if I had known the area that we go to next existed, I probably would have just gone there straight away. Just because I ended up liking the vibe there a lot more, and just like the kind of lighting it has as well, which is like this green fluorescent light, which we're about to see, which I just think this vibe was a lot better, and I do kind of wish we found this earlier. But it was a bit darker in this area too, so it did lead to some motion blur from slower shutter speeds too, which you will see in a bit. This area was more of a vibe, almost kind of Matrix green. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm happy with a lot of the shots I got. Some of these, like, I could have done a bit better if we had a bit more time, and maybe if I'd shot 2 rolls of 35 in color, I would have got all the stuff I kind of wanted. But yeah, this was like pretty last minute, just because we had to reschedule several times, and this final shot is definitely my favorite. And even with everything that happened, like, I'm glad we did the shoot, even if it's just for that final shot. And so here we have the Super 8 footage. So yeah, this was shot on Cinestill 500T, and yeah, I think the Super 8 actually turned out quite nice, and was brighter than I was expecting. Like, I was expecting a lot of stuff to get like completely lost in the dark, but it actually turned out pretty well. Now, Sisi was actually meant to have a film come out this week in Australia called Force of Nature, which was the sequel to the movie The Dry, but unfortunately, due to the WGA and the SAG strike that's going on in the States at the moment, unfortunately that movie was pushed back. But we do side with the actors and the writers. They're just really asking to get paid properly and for job security, and the studios aren't being fair about it, and workers deserve to be paid properly and to have secure jobs, so we do stand in solidarity with them as well.
So that's all the time we have for today. Please let me know your thoughts on Sisi and the images and the outfits in the comments below. Feel free to like and subscribe, and there's post notifications when there's a new episode. Anyway, I'm Josh. This is Sisi. Let's get out there, shoot some film.